Uh, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is NCK2310. For the returning subscribers, welcome back and thank you so much. For those that are new, welcome as well. What I do here, I do scrutinize and analyze songs. I usually do that in English, and I do dwell with political songs. I dwell with gospel songs and also with Mogidi or party songs. Yes. So without wasting any time, let me dive in and we see the song I've prepared for you today. It is a political song, and today we're gonna listen to this song, but it's talking about the late J.M. Karaoke. It could be that some of you listening to me, you don't know who was J.M. Karaoke, and he was from Kenya, like where I am from originally, and he was a MP or member of parliament for Nyandarua North. Yes, and he was found dead. It was on 2nd March 1975. 1975. I was 2 years old. Maybe those of you listening, they are younger than me, so they were not yet even born. But we grew up hearing the story of J.M. Karaoke. Yes, we have to talk about J.M. Karaoke because these things of killing and murdering innocent Kenyans started many, many years ago, even after Kenya got its independence from the British. With J.M. Karaoke, as we hear his story, and also some of the people who are working as spies those years, they're out telling us exactly what happened. He was accused that he was planning a revolution against, by then, the first Kenyan president, the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. And J.M. Karaoke was being accused that he was like planning a revolution. And what happened to him? He was somewhere in Nakuru, and he knew that there's a threat. He knew himself that they are looking for him, they are targeting him. He was somehow afraid of his own life. And he had before an injury during the Mau Mau time, and his doctor had advised him that he should travel to Mombasa to go and relax, like a short holiday. And he was to travel with a bus. Okay? Now, he felt it. No. At the last minute, he decided by himself to cancel that journey with the bus. He cancelled it, and only himself he knew he had cancelled it. And guess what happened? According to the history, according to the story, we know that same bus which he was to travel with, which the bus was to travel to Mombasa, it exploded. And all the 27 passengers on board perished. All of them. As it's believed, the target was to assassinate J.M. Karaoke, but he wasn't there. So there he was. He was afraid of his own life. You can imagine that you have to travel with a certain bus, and then you have bad feelings because he knew that he was being targeted and stuff. He cancelled the last minute to travel with the bus, and the bus, boom, exploding. I'm just telling a little bit the story of J.M. Karaoke so that the Kenyan people, you have to understand, these things have been going there since many, many, many years. Many years, and it's still going on. That whenever a government feels threatened, that whenever someone speaks out, the government get into panic. They're scared, they're afraid. That's why they assassinated J.M. Karaoke. And it was, as I've said, it was by then, the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta was the president of Kenya by then, the first president of Kenya. And according to the stories, we know that after he disappeared, he was found 10 days later at the mortuary. According to the stories that we read and get on the news, Yes, he was found at the Nairobi City mortuary. And according to the stories that we hear, he was killed at Kingsway, which is the Nyati house. Kingsway's house, it used to be called, but then later it was called Nyati House. That's where they killed him. And the spies do tell the stories, how they did it. And after that, so inhuman, they shot him, I think on the arm 2 times. And then after that, they had already smashed his teeth. They had shot 2 times on his hand. They really messed up with his body, and then they decided to go and throw him. I think they threw him where they were expecting him to be eaten by animals, but no animal ate him in the, what do you call it, places for animals, Gong Forest. They were expecting like hyena or something, wild animal to eat him. But guess what? No wild animal ate him. His body was there. And then after that, they decided to move his body from there to the city mortuary. And then his family got to know that the body is at the city mortuary. They assassinated J.M. Kariuki. He was the Nyandarua North MP, and also he was the Tourist and Wildlife Assistant Minister as well. Why am I telling this story? I'm telling this story because we Kenyans, we have to understand that this thing of the government killing its own people has been going on for many years, and it has to end. It happened during Moi Kenyatta time. It happens during Moi. A lot of innocent Kenyans were killed. It happened during Kenyatta. It happened, and it's going on happening. Now we have Ruto. Still, our people are being killed. Our Kenyan people are still killed. You know, at the moment, Kenya is mourning of these young men, Albert Ojwang, who have died in the hands of the police. Those that are supposed to protect the wananchi, the citizens, is the one that is eliminating them. Because if someone feels threat that someone has typed something online, either on X or in Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, that doesn't give you the ground to eliminate that person. If you feel that you've been hurt so much, there are courts. So I was just telling this story of J.M. Kariuki because I want Kenyan people, wherever we are, let us not be people who forget so easily. Just the other day, a lot of Gen Zs were murdered. I'm seeing it online. And up to today, their parents, their family, brothers, sisters, all are still crying up to today. No justice have been served. There it is again. The young man, Albert Ojwang, also gone. Just like J.M. Kariuki. Just like exactly what happened to J.M. Kariuki. The government killing its people. All right, let's dive in with the song. And we hear what this song is saying about J.M. Kariuki. The song says, "My Kenyan people, now that Kariuki has died," it was a song made many, many years ago. Now that J.M. Kariuki has died, his eyes and teeth removed, and he had not stolen or killed anyone. This is what they did to J.M. Kariuki. Just like they did this to young men Albert Ojwang, just like they did for our Kenyan Gen Zs. This song was written many years ago. And the government is still doing the same things today in 2025. Plucking off eyes of our people, removing the teeth of our people, and they haven't stolen or killed anybody. The song says, Don't pour blood because of him, but let God do his work. Our Kenyan people, just like the song is saying, we should not pour any blood because of what the government of Kenya is doing to our people, what the government of Kenya has done to Albert Ojwang, what the government of Kenya did to our Gen Zs, and all the other people who've been eliminated by the government. Let us not pour blood. Let God do his work. That's what the song says. Oh, the late J.M. Karaoke, he was loved by the people and children. Just like Albert Ojwang, he was loved by his mom and dad as the only child. He was loved by his friends, by his other relatives. He was loved by all the people meeting him on X. He had a lot of friends. Now that he has died, just because of being good. So, let it be a question of those who are left behind. How we will be remembered when we die. Because just like as we say, all those people who've been eliminated by government, most of them, we all have good memories of them, what they did, how they worked for the people, how they sacrificed their lives. What about you and me? How shall we be remembered? What have we done for the community? What have we done for our Kenyan people? This young man, Albert Ojwang, very intelligent, very well educated, and he was trying to inform Kenyan people what's going on. And he lost his life because of that. Just like J.M. Karaoke, he was trying to tell us in those years, 1975, what the government was doing. He was also eliminated. And many other people, Ouko, and call them, name them. There's so many of our Kenyan people who've lost their lives through in the hands of government, a government that is supposed to protect its people. Instead, it eliminates the people. The song continues to say, leaders, now that Karaoke has died, I would say, leaders, now that Albert Ojwang has died, now that all our Gen Zs have died, when his fingers were chopped off, what mistakes did he do? I would ask the same for this young man, Albert Ojwang. We saw photos of him, his head fully injured, broken lips, beaten up. What did he do that he deserved that? Why did you do that to him? This is a question we are asking our Kenyan leaders. Just like the song is asking about J.M. Karaoke. Because they chopped off his fingers. We've seen so many. We've seen in IEBC managers and stuff like that when they were chopped off fingers. And again, it's the leaders. What has our Kenyan people done that they deserve all these kind of brutal killings? The song continues to say, if you are not careful, we are still here with you. This to our leaders. Someone might pass even before you have enjoyed all those, for example, pieces of land that you steal from our people. You have to be careful what you're doing. This is to our leaders. The song continues to say, the government, now, because Karaoke has died, now that Albert Ojwang has died, now that all our Gen Zs have died, our government, let's join hands and find out what and who killed him. But I know a lot of people won't agree with that because it is the government who is doing all these killings. But as the song is saying, we need to be answered. We have a lot of questions. We as Kenyans, the government of Kenya has to answer to us quite a lot of questions. What and how killed him? Just like we are asking about Albert Ojwang. Why? The song says, no blood should be shed because of him. There is no difference between a thief and the one watching the thief stealing. There should be no blame games. Just like we saw on the story of Albert Ojwang, we've seen some of the officers blaming that one. Oh, it was not me, it was that one. Oh, there is a blame game. Just like we say in my language, in Kikuyu language, there is no difference between a thief and the one who is watching the thief stealing. All of them are thieves, and it's the same. If you're there and you watched JM Karaoke being killed, Albert being killed, our agencies being killed, and you watched it, and your colleagues were doing it, you did not try to stop them. There's no difference between you and them. There's no difference between you and the one who pulled the trigger. There's no difference. Just like the song says. There's no difference between you, the government people, the government officials, if you're the ones who've given orders. There is no difference between you who has given orders for someone to be eliminated and the eliminator, the one doing it. There is no difference. Both should be found guilty. Just like I always say, for example, in our Kenyan, all these things going on in our country, the bus stops with the president of Kenya, President Ruto. If the police officers, instead of protecting wananchi, they're the ones taking them, instead of taking them to court if they've done something wrong, if they're found guilty, the court is the one to decide. If you take somebody, if you claim someone has done this and this crime, take them to court. That's why we have courts. But instead, you arrest them and you eliminate them in those police stations. It's high time all police stations should be closed in Kenya because our people don't feel safe anymore. Usually, you should feel safe in the hands of police. But it's not the case. The song continues to say, they choked him. They choked JM Karaoke, just like they did to Albert Ojwang. They choked him on his neck, just like a sheep. You know the way you tie a sheep with a rope and here on the neck. That's what they did to JM Karaoke in those years, 1975. That's what they did to him. And the same in 2025, so many years later, is the same thing they're doing to our Kenyan people. They choked him, that JM Karaoke, on his neck, just like a sheep. They stepped on him, like using 100 elephant steps. They were stepping and stepping on him. The same thing they did to these young men, Albert Ojwang. And the same things they did to all our agencies. As we know, they even took some of the bodies and dumped them in some of the water canal or rivers or wherever they hide the bodies. They tie them, wrap them like rubbish or something like that. It's so inhuman. Just like the song says, JM Karaoke is not dead. His spirit is still with us. And I would say the same. The spirit of Albert Ojwang, the spirit of all our agencies, the spirit of all our innocent Kenyans who've been killed by the government of Kenya, their spirit is still with us. And the killers, whoever did this, will never have peace. They will never they will never be in peace. But just like the song says, Let God do his work. We as Kenyan people, we are mourning, we are sad. It's scary how our people are being eliminated every day by the government. But just like the song is saying, let God do his work. We continue to pray for our nation, for our country, and let's join hands together as Kenyans. The song continues to say, an antelope never likes when, or is usually scared if someone is shouting. The one that chops off the body parts, the one that takes it to the branches of animals, it's a must. He will pass through a tree of beasts. So you are there. You, the killer. You, the murderer of our Kenyan people. You will pass a tree of beasts. And you will do that when all Kenyans have gathered together and watching when the bees are coming out and stinging on you. All the killings you've been doing to our people, all the governments that they have been in Kenya, the governments have been, it became like a habit since the time of Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, eliminating and killing our innocent Kenyans. There were so many Kenyans, so many years, and it's still going on. But just like the song says, you who've been doing that, you and your generations will suffer. You can be enjoying today. You can be smiling because of all what you've stolen from Kenyan people, the big pieces of lands you have, the big homes you have, the big hotels you have, or what you've been, the big cars you drive. But what goes around comes around. You have children. You have grandchildren. You'll get great-grandchildren. All what you've been doing, all the orders you've been having, killing our innocent Kenyans, will haunt your children and the generations to come. You will not go in vain. You've hurt so many people. So many families are mourning, crying, sad, broken-hearted in Kenya because of losing their loved ones in such barbaric ways. Elimination by the government. It is sad, heartbreaking, and your days are coming. Your days are coming. You and your generations, may you never have peace. You and your generations, may you live to suffer. You and your generations, may God punish you. And God's punishment are not easy. When God decides to punish, he does it properly. The question is, are you still going to continue killing our innocent Kenyans? The question is, are you still going to continue eliminating innocent civilians, innocent Kenyans? There is freedom of speech. If they think the government is doing things wrong, we have to speak out. But does that not give you the right to eliminate someone who is trying to correct you, someone who is trying to say you're doing things wrong? Soon or later, some of you leaders will rot at ICC, International Criminal Court. And don't think that because the last time when Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto, who is now the sitting president, when they were at ICC, just because their cases left, because most of the witnesses were eliminated as well. So there was no one to stand up in those courts and say this was this way and that way. We are in 2025. Things have changed. People have become wiser. There is no way those witnesses will be allowed to return to Kenya because you will eliminate them. Your days are numbered. You can think you're untouchable. You can think that because you have all the money which you've stolen from Kenyan people, that nobody can get to you. But there is God up there. God will get to your children, great grandchildren, the generations to come. They will pay for your sins. Remember, even God has said himself, God will continue with will pass on the sins that you do. There will be the punishment will be passed on to the generations to come. It's high time for you Kenyan government officials, you leaders of Kenya. It's high time you start to fear God. It's high time for you to open up and know that God have said you shall not kill. It's in God's commandment. Stop killing our Kenyan people. Stop eliminating our innocent Kenyans. Kenyans have a right to live. You have no right to eliminate any of them. What can I say? It's a very touching moment for our country, for Kenya. This amazing song, it's by late Joseph Kamaro. He wrote these songs so that he can keep reminding us Kenyans what used to happen those years ago, many years ago. And the same things he wrote about, how they did it to JM Karaoke. We are seeing it today, just the other day, with the young man Alberto Juang. Just the other, last year, a lot of Gen Zs. Still up to today, a lot of bodies missing. This is an amazing song. For those who've never listened to the song, please go listen to it. It's called JM Karaoke and it's by late Joseph Kamaro. JM Karaoke is also late. Please listen to this amazing song so that we can know where we've come from. And you leaders, your days are numbered. Continue. If you continue doing what you're doing, you soon have nowhere to hide. Your days are coming. What can I say? It's a very touching and moment time for Kenya. May Albert Ojwang rest in peace. May our JM Karaoke continue resting in peace so many years ago. And all the other people, there's so many, can't even count, it's countless. Our Gen Zs, all of them. And may their spirits never rest until their killers have paid for what they did. May they never rest. Also, please, if you like my work, please don't forget to touch the subscribe button. I'll appreciate. You can like, comment, and share as well. And we continue with this music journey. So I'll be back again tomorrow, same time, which is 10 o'clock Kenyan time, and Swedish or German time is 9 p.m. And we continue with this amazing journey. And please don't forget, when you see there, you'll see somewhere it's written songs message. When you press there, it is my playlist. If you like political songs like this one, you like gospel song, you like Mogidi or party songs, you will find them, all of them there. Thank you. Stay blessed and bye-bye.